Greetings everyone, and Great here with another CoH2 Replay. Spawn on the left side as the yellow Soviets got Dirty Stall, I think. Spawn as the blue British player got La Mano de Virgo. I butchered that name well enough. Spawn as the red Okada player, we got Dr. Tavousi Nazim Fusilier. And spawn as the magenta Okada or Wehrmacht player, Austere player, we got Iran, trademark, Man of Connection Lost. Not necessarily Iran, it's Iran, isn't it? That's a more proper way of saying it. You now have a double intersection to Royal Engineer conscripts. Oh, we got a tier 1 played by the Soviet player. Wehrmacht player is going for probably MG42 and 2 Grenadiers. Actually, no. MG42 skip straight to double Grenadiers. And for the Okada player, we got Kuvagen to Volksgrenadiers. June Pioneer getting hit quite hard, and the intersection gets inside the garrison there, so that's not looking good with that June Pioneer. An early victory there by the Brits, and the Kuvagen won't be able to do much versus all these intersections. Does need to get this guy out and advance way forward, of course. Stick to light cover and force back the Kuvagen, good old-fashioned way. Grenadiers and Pioneers grab some sectors. Commissioners charge forward to the VP. Penal Squad in the build queue for yellow.
Penal troops are standing by.
Now look at the Soviet bulletins. We got straight up T-34 bulletins. I think the armor protection is not very useful in T-34. There's not enough armor to get good use out of this bulletin. The increased weapon reload rate is an excellent bulletin. Makes your primary gun even better, and increase penetration with your T-76s more primarily, but it's also another good bulletin. So say these two bullets stay, this bulletin can go, in my opinion. There's not enough armor to improve the armor, is the shortest answer for the T-34. Good damage there on the Kuvagen, forcing back. Volksgrenadiers need to keep the distance well. Just sticking the heavy cover is not a bad idea. More Volksgrenadiers push forward. Oh, we got a Wehrmacht sniper. So we've got double Grenadier into the Wehrmacht sniper. At least he has a proper escort. I usually hate when players go for sniper first, because usually I just see their front line disintegrate and the sniper doesn't do much. But we do have conscript and penals into sniper for the Soviet players, so both of these players have 2 combat squads to support out the snipers. Conscripts have some nice heavy sandbags there, just trying to keep the VP uncaptured, or not captured. I'm going to sneeze, my apologies. Sorry about that. Got some slit trenches being deployed in the field, and some landmines. Looks like the British players trying to declare that land as mine. Maybe in vision range of the Volksgrenadiers, maybe not. Conscript squad engaged in the Grenadiers at close range. Generally goes in favor of the conscripts, but Grenadiers still gets a bit damage on them. Penal squad make an easy victory for the Soviet player, though. Possible wipe there if you really want to pursue it, but maybe good idea to go straight for the sniper. Penal squad could try hitting that Grenadier with some satchel. Their conscript does decapture the cutoff sector, very nice. Flamethrower squad likes his sauerkraut extra crispy. And the Grenadiers slowly moving down the infantry forces, allowing the sniper to get plenty of shots on in. Penal squad needs to fall back sooner rather than later. Engineers now flank. Oh, counter snipe. Excellent work. Like I always say, first kill your sniper should be your opponent's sniper. Though I think I actually heard that. Which streamer did I first hear that from? Good landmine detonation. Was it General's Gentleman or Magpie? Can't remember who first said the first kill your sniper should be your opponent's sniper. I always stole that line. I can't remember who first said that. It was either Magpie, and then he had 3 numbers, or General's Gentleman, primarily Callum, who's the primer who does a lot of Computer Heroes 2 casting. Archon Hawk mostly just did Generals. Keyword General's Gentleman. Mortar firing away. Volksgrenadiers firing away. Got the Royal Engineer getting hit quite hard. Intersections now advancing. A bit of healing there. Vicar sitting on up. The Volksgrenadiers need to be focused down.
Conscripts at our disposal.
And that Volksgrenadiers is getting really hit there. Good mortar hit there. The mortar placement has plenty of health, so bit shovels.
Light anti-tank guns.
Incendiary grenade thrown. He's gonna hit the brace now. That was inside the slit trench there, but they're pretty wounded. New section is engaged at max range, able to get some corner shots on in. Grenadiers advancing. Ishka now deployed in the field.
On our territory.
Soviet sniper almost like she was sprinting forward for a shot. Grenadiers capturing these sectors. And each section maybe aiming for that slit trench, maybe not. Mortar placement getting repaired on up, sniper right there. You have now the Vicar sitting on up. And we do now have the Grenadiers push way forward, conscripts up here. Pioneers leading the charge, got a flamethrower squad there. Keeping distance, got 222 now deployed on the field.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Flamer does fall back. Oh, we got some Dishka armor piercing rounds. Nailing the 222. Does not take it out. Got pretty close though. And I think as well, this is the range. I think you didn't need Panzer Tactician, but it was pretty close. So at that sort of situation, better safe than sorry, I would say. Panzer Tactician is relatively, 30 munitions is not too necessarily cheap, but his selected doctrine doesn't have 2 missions big sink of elite troops. And the Soviet player has gone for defensive community tactics. The British player could go for advanced emplacement, Royal Artillery, or Commando Regiment. Sometimes he's going to go for Commando Regiment this game, though he can always go for advanced emplacement later on. The OKW player, Overwatch, usually see that pretty early selected. In the armor, usually see that pretty early selected. And Luftwaffe Ground Forces. I think he's probably going to go for Luftwaffe Ground Forces for the loiters. Volksgrenadiers in the back line. We do now have these Grenadiers. Took some damage there. Penals behind some good heavy cover. Very nice. So of course just a single mortar. Just needs 100 manpower to get the double mortar. 2 gets hit by some conscripts. Nothing too significant. One penal spawn field. He could eye for PTRSs on this guy here, or eye for M42. Both equally inadequate. The squad does fall back there. Got a British landmine there, which will probably splash right inside the garrison. This blob is going to probably run. Oh, there was another landmine there. Looks like he had enough damage onto him from the small arms to die from that landmine. Does find the landmine there. Only gets 1 grenadier. If section does fall back with another British landmine here. Intersection does escape on out of there. And great Vicar suppression there. Avoids the bundle grenade as well. Overall, the British player did very well there. Ooh, bit of friendly fire. But probably hit the structure. Conscripts before, not like don't get the squad wipe on the Panzer Grenadiers. Looks like my voice is starting to go out right now. Drone Pioneers inside the garrison, firing away. I see the mortar piston taking some damage there. Maven from the slag. Got off the cooldown there. Double mortar has been researched. Must have been lag shots. Don't think the Vermin player does not have any mortars in the field. Oh, we got the pyrotechnic artillery, so 6 rounds raining on in. First round will likely destroy the structure, if not the second round. Good light shot there on the pyrotechnic squad. Yeah, we'll definitely be the second round. Oh, guess the second round doesn't take it as well, but definitely the third round. Knock on wood. Stormtroopers pull on the field. May as well. The G43 Stormtroopers are some of the best, is one of the best, if not the best infantry unit that Wehrmacht can pull on the field. And just one reason why I actually say don't go MP40s for the G43 Stormtroopers, because the extra bolt action rifle is more of a better complement to it. Mortar deployed on the field, 120mm mortar called on in. Oh, looks like this guy got hit by the Kupovagen. Red's a little bit idle there, getting healed up reinforced. Magenta is lobbing his way forward. Is Red fully, nope, now responding. I thought he went AFK. Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers before, Stormtroopers with them as well. Got a big blob here. 120mm mortars can be quite good versus blobs. Got the Dishka here in this arc as well, which is going to run straight into it. Double lag by the CoH2 player. Suppress down the Grenadiers immediately. Suppress down the other 2 Grenadier and Panzer Grenadier immediately, or subsequently. And oh, that's just a bunch more raining on them. We got some... Oh, PMD 6 mines. Excellent. Very few players actually take time to use them. I love them. But I can't deny they take forever to pull on the field. I usually take... Whenever I go for the defensive community tactics, good damage on the sniper. She does escape on out there. If I ever go defensive community tactics, I try to open up double combat engineers just to lay down all those landmines. To just sort of, if I have spare mode, just take time to build them as much as I can, because it takes forever to queue them all up. There's a reason why in my mod I changed them how they get deployed so they act like the landmine fields are like S mines.
We have now installed a field hospital at headquarters.
Thought just sort of super foods, but that's not the case. All the explosions just raining on in. That is a lot of manpower and fuel. I'm not sure why he's not going for a half track. Ooh, Red is just getting nailed by all the indirects. And there's base artillery there. Sapper does get forced back. Tommy here takes some damage. Final grenade, he does largely avoid it, but ate quite a bit of the splash. Vickers need to fall back. Is that SW's half track? Yep. 120 fuel to get Panzer authorization complete. After that, the CoH2 player will have approximately 120 fuel remaining, so by the time that gets all researched and upgraded, he will have enough for a Panzer IV. I would say it'd be a good idea for him to go for a Sturm Pioneer now, since lacking Sturm Pioneer. We'll probably eye for Victor Warfare as well. He has 1,000 mantos and not properly spending his resources. If he has enough adequate infantry, if you go for a Jagdpanzer and then go for heat rounds, that's a good combination. Great ambush there by the Stormtroopers. Do have tactical assault advance available, or naval. British Fire has no medics in the field, so he has to rely on that single squad of medics he has. Or medical ability. Stormtroopers flanking the Dishka, forcing them back. Ooh, what shot was that? That was a direct hit from a lag. It made a weird sound there, like a... what's it called? Sherman high explosive round sound effect. Guess that's what the hit marker is. Stormtrooper find that landmine. 120 mortar does get decrewed. He's just trying to focus on the Volks right now, trying to save his 150mm mortar, as well as fight them. Force back the Volks. T-34 76 does take a good hit there. Rapid grenade fired, hits the Vickers quite hard, and he takes time to destroy the mortar with the Pack 40. Very nice. Double cannonball from the Red's build queue. He has the sheer transport built and authorized. He has plenty of fuel. We need an eye for a Sturmkarger at the current rate. Probably not a great idea. Yeah, I think Elite Armor, going for another SW's hashtag, this is going to go straight for the King Tiger. And double Obusalasim, he's really not managing his economy properly. Ready there on the Grenadiers. Magenda's eyeing for Panzer IV right now. Not too terribly higher in fuel. That could just be the fuel consumption over time. Also could be manpower issues to get out any earlier. But nothing as bad as the Okadogi player. Centaur now being pulled on the field by Blue. A little bit late for one. He also has selected the Royal Artillery. I don't think the Centaur would be a great option. I think a Cromwell or... Yeah, I think a Cromwell will be better at this moment in time. I would understand also Firefly for a dedicated AT platform, a very effective one. But the Centaur is of course anti-infantry, and he is lacking a little in the AT department. He's getting up on the game where you have to expect tanks. There's a lot of Soviet land. Look at all the PMD-6 mines and regular land mines. That area is ready to explode.
We have lost the mortar crew.
Seen grenade onto the Dishka, very nice. Yellow's also going for Katusha, not a bad idea. Though I am always biased towards T-34 spam. Wehrmacht Panzer IV firing away, getting the garrison. One more well-placed shot could destroy the garrison silently. Almost gets it there. One more shot would definitely get it, unless it hit range short. Does go down there. Send up support. Will receive some hits there from the Panzer Palace. Will get through the Pack 40. Panzer IV rotating around. Royal Engineers gets ripped apart there. The Centaur can take 2 hits there, though the Katusha may wound it enough to can. And Centaur received a bounce there. Backward routine by the Mine Super Pioneers. Yep, I thought you could have seen another shot. Centaur does go down. T-4 76 takes some hits there. Panzer IV as well. Thus the Vickers does get forced back once again. There's some high explosive over here. The Axis players don't have too many DPs removed. 57. There's a captain for the Allies well added, and the Soviet snipers still alive have 13 kills. That's actually not too high at this point in time. Could be not the same sniper, but I think it's the same sniper.
We have an isolated sector.
Pioneers there.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
They're hitting us from the sky!
That's what it is. Early warning, that's what we're hitting us from the sky meant.
Hold for magazines if you need to. Don't wait until you are out.
Construction does consent the garrison for one aside, so it's perfectly adequate. AT gun trying to hit the slit trench. And missing, looks like. There's a slit trench there. Vickers firing away. These guys in a light cover and no cover, so they should be easily suppressed if it didn't pack on up. Over here, Panzer IV, looks like this landmine is swept there. This one is not. Those are both sides just outright missing each other. So this is what two idiots fighting looks like. Does get a good shot there. And we'll find a couple more landmines. Good pens there. Both tanks fall back. They need repairs. Pioneers in the front line for repairs. Ooh! Detonates a landmine. That could have been far worse for the Soviet player, or British player. But he still took some good damage there from the legs. And there's well, that power tank squad needs to fall back. Open squad does fall back from the lights, we get decrewed. Notice the sniper does get gunned down by the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV, I think, can withstand 2 shots. But I did find a landmine there. I'm not sure if that made a difference. It's hard for me to tell. I think the Panzer IV will go down to 2 pens. It looks like it's less than half health or more. Because these guys are starting to get suppressed there. Conscripts who are on the way forward trying to get 80 grenade off. Tiger Ace can now be deployed in field, but still needs tier 3 in the heavy Panzer IV. 2 pens and the Panzer IV will go down. 2 pens and T-4 will go down. 1 more pen and T-4 goes down. I think Overwatch could be utilized. Over here, do you have red, though good Panther in the field. Still needs a Sturmfiner deployed, but he's out of manpower now. I feel there's going to be a single grenade in that slit trench. That was why that's Vickers entirely. I think Overwatch has been summoned here. But I don't think it's a vision to constantly spot it though. Panzer IV should be safe. Does find some PMD-6 mines and does get immolated. Before 76 does go down, does get spotted there for more. Next couple of rounds could potentially spot it. And tactician there. Does get hit, but does get out of radius, I believe. The radius should be... Oh, it says itself. It's decided. Up here, Panther pushing forward. Yellow doesn't have too much left. Magenta has a decent amount of assets. Red has a decent amount of assets. So both these Axis players, which he still has a doctrine still selectable for red. These are still Pioneer and also needs reinforcements. Blue has... feels like the allies are lacking quite a bit of assets at the moment. But the Axis players have very little tickets remaining. So right now the allies are losing the battle, but likely will win the war at the current rate. The barrage hits the Grenadiers. As Grenadiers push forward, conscripts engaging. Conscripts need to fall back. Panther on the hunt. We'll find a 6-pounder.
Supply sector under attack.
Another T-4 Sim-6 on the build queue.
Supply lines have been cut.
Does come to that point. Oh, here, Panzer IV does get some shot there in the comm engineers. We do have another T-4 Sim-6 in the field. Centaur needs repairs. The allies have been really pushed back. Went for a slit trench right there. He must be really desperate. He has a decent amount of fuel. He should be saving for a Firefly, I would say. Fireflies do cost 245 fuel, so just get some manpower and get that Firefly out. Lucas Foos on the build queue. shots there on the Panzer IV. Good pen there on the T-34. Stormtroopers advancing. Those whose ambush tactical advance. Support the conscripts. Centaur firing away, gets some decent damage. Good pen there. I hear Katusha Barrage running on in. Katusha does take out the Pack 40. It takes time to destroy it entirely. Scuttles it immediately. Got a priest or sexton has been ordained on the field. I disagree with that. Panther can easily overrun it. He doesn't have enough stuff to keep a Panther back. Centaur probably going down as well. That's what the. If he somehow keeps it on the safely in the back line, then the Panther doesn't have many targets to attack. So there is that aspect. Hello Mine connects right there. That's going to be dead Panzer IV. Blitz, fire. Anti-grenade does connect on the Panzer IV. The Soviet plane is calm down and can not lose everything. Right now the Allies have 7 fuel per minute, not good. They need to resecure this cutoff sector immediately. Both Allies needs a lot more fuel. And now Magenta has gone for a Tiger Ace. So they need S-35s. T-466 with the anti-tank Overwatch will be quite nice, but they have no munitions income to even get that supported. Not like he has fuel income to get a T-4 S-85 in the field either. Nor does he have manpower to pull out anything else in the field. The British player has some assets in the field, but I always don't like the Sexton. It just feels like even weak for artillery platform. Definitely should be going for a Firefly. Then again, this also, I have the stigma of the original Sexton or some of the really over-nerfed Sexton variants in my mind, where hit directly thinking a squad could not even take out a single model.
A capture point is being overrun.
It is, in Company Heroes 2, it's a Sexton. In Company Heroes 1, they used a Priest. The Sexton was a self-propelled howitzer, like the Priest, but rather using the M4 chassis, or the the Priest used the M3 chassis, the lead chassis. The Sexton used the Ram chassis, the Canadian Ram chassis.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy.
Which also was based off the lead chassis to a certain degree. And one's equipped with a 17 pounder, the other one's equipped with a 105mm. Tiger Ace pushing forward, does see the pen there from the M1 or the 6 pounder. Capture Kettle Worker reclaimed and falls back. Centaur can't do much in this situation. There goes the Captain Kinworker. Stoops Barrage running on in. I think running around here. Gets some good damage there. Knocks out the 6 pounder. Panther blitzing. There goes the Centaur. Sexton does fall back. Takes time to destroy the AT gun. If you want to get a better closer look at the Sexton, you can see it's actually a different model. Oh wait, looks like the game is paused. Looks like the Allies has in fact surrendered. I'm not surprised, they just lost everything. They sort of threw away the game. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.